Question 13. A shoe company is going to close one of its 2 stores and combine all the inventory from both stores. These polynomials represent the inventory in each store. So what's happening is there's 2 stores and one of them is closing and they're going to put everything together. They are going to combine. And combine means to put together, juntos, so it's going to be plus. So here's store A, this is what they have. So I'm going to do store A plus store B. Which expression represents the combined inventory of the 2 stores? So store A has 1/2 g squared plus 7 divided by 2, or 7/2. And that's all together, that's store A. And I'm going to combine, that means plus. And I'm going to combine store B, so parenthesis 3g squared minus 4 divided by 5g plus 1 divided by 4, close the parenthesis. Now if you have a plus in the middle, then you don't need the parentheses, so let's go ahead and just write it again without the parentheses. Okay, exactly the same without the parenthesis, no parenthesis. Now what we have to do is the like terms. So here I have g squared and here I have g squared. Remember to include the sign in the front. Okay, here there's no variable, no letter. Here there's no variable, no letter. Notice the plus is included, here the plus is included. Here there's only a g. That's the only one. There's no partners like that. So let's go ahead and start with the g squared. Okay, remember letter squared is always first. So I'm going to do 1/2 plus 3. So in the calculator, I'm going to do 1/2. So parenthesis 1 divided by 2 parenthesis plus 3. And I have 3.5. Now, if you look here, it's all fractions, so I need to change it to a fraction. So math 1, enter, and I get 7/2. 7/2, copy g squared. So this one and this one are done. Now, I'm going to do the letter with no variable. This is the only one, so I'm going to go ahead and copy it. It's the only one, no partner. Now these have no variable, no letter. I'm going to put these together in the calculator. So 7/2, so parenthesis 7 divided by 2 parenthesis plus 1/4 plus parenthesis 1 divided by 4 parenthesis. And we're going to change it to a fraction. So math 1, enter, and I get positive 15/4. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to figure out which one of these is exactly like this one. Well, let's see, 7/2 g squared minus 4/5 g plus 15/4. That one looks correct. A looks correct. Let's check all of them though, just to make sure I did not make a mistake. So what's wrong here is, here, that's supposed to be a 15. What's wrong with this one? Well, this is supposed to be a minus, not a plus. What's wrong with this one? This is supposed to be a minus as well, not a plus. And here is wrong. Okay, let's go ahead and continue to number 14. The graph of quadratic function f is shown on the grid. What is the y-intercept of the graph of f? Okay, so I need to find the y-intercept. And just so you know, y-intercept is where the line touches the y-axis. So, So where does this u, or this parabola, touch the y? Well, it touches the y right over here at 4. So my answer is 4. That's the y-intercept. Remember, for y-intercept, it touches the y. For x-intercept, it touches the x. But I want the y. Number 15. A particular type of cell doubles in number every hour. So there's a cell and it doubles. Remember, doubles means 2 times every hour. Which function can be used to find the number of cells present at the end of h hours if there are initially 4 of these cells? Okay, I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this one. The first way is the easy way. Okay, so initially there are 4 cells. So let me go ahead and make a table. So I'm going to do an XY table. X will be H, the number of hours, and Y will be the number of cells. Okay, they said we started with 4 cells. Okay, and starting initial means the time is 0. So my hours is 0. So at 0 there was 4, and I'm gonna go ahead and do like maybe 4 hours. And what happens is every hour the number of cells doubles. So what's 4 times 2? That's 8. 8 times 2, 16. 16 times 2, 32. 32 times 2, 64. Now what you're going to do is put these in the calculator, okay, one by one, and see which one gives you this table. So let's put y equals clear 4 parenthesis 1 divided by 2 parenthesis exponent. Now we can't use we can't use h in the calculator. We need to put x. So put x and then go to the table. Second graph. Go to 0. Okay, 0, 4, that looks good. 1, 2, that's not correct. So A is not correct. Let's try B. Push y equals clear. We're going to put 4 parenthesis 2 parenthesis exponent x. Go to the table, second graph. Let's check. 0, 4, that looks good. 1, 8, that looks good. 2, 16, good. 3, 32. 4, 64. So this one's my answer. This B is my answer because it worked out. Now another way to prove it is, here's my formula that I picked. Now there's 2 numbers. This first number is the initial number. So how many you counted in the beginning? This is the initial, which is 4. This number is what happens, like the percentage. So what happened is it doubled. That's why it's a 2, doubled. Okay, this is half, this is not 2. So this one is what would happen if the cells got cut in half every time. Okay, but I want double, and this H is the time, how many hours. Make sure you copy everything. Number 16. What is the slope of the line represented by 5x minus 12y equals 24? So I have 5x minus 12y equals 24, and I want the slope. Remember, the slope is m, and I don't know which one my m is here because I need to put it in slope-intercept form. I need y equals mx plus b. So I need to go ahead and fix it. First, we're going to move the x. This is positive 5x. The opposite is negative, so minus 5x. Minus 5x. The left cancels. Copy down negative 12y equals. This has no variable, no x. This has an x, so I'm going to go ahead and copy. You cannot put in the calculator. Now I want the y alone. There's no sign in the middle. That means it's multiply. The opposite is to divide. So divide by negative 12 and divide everything by negative 12. This is 1. It cancels. So you're going to copy y equals. We're going to put in the calculator 24 divided by negative 12. 24 divided by negative 12. That's negative 2. And now you're going to put in the calculator -5 divided by -12. -5 divided by -12, and change to a fraction. Math 1, enter, and I get positive 5/12. Put your letter X, and we are going to switch. So this is 5/12 X minus 2. Okay, now I want the slope. Here it looks like, remember slope is m, so this is y equals m. M is 5/12, x plus b, so b is -2. Okay, so my slope is 5/12 and my y-intercept is -2, but I want the slope, so my answer is 5/12, J. Number 17. Which expression is equivalent to 6x squared plus 13x plus 5? Okay, I'm going to show you two methods to solve this. Okay, the first method is, well, in factoring, I'm going to show you the easiest way to factor. I like to call it the 7 steps. So I have 6x squared plus 13x plus 5, and I need to find my A, B, and C first. So A, B, C. A is the number in front of this x squared. So that's 6. A is 6. B is the number with just the letter x. So that's 13. C is the number with no variable. That's 5. Now what we're going to do is step 1. Step 1, you have to do A times C. A times C. So A is 6 times C is 5. 6 times 5 is 30. Step 2. We are going to need to factor 30. Need to factor 30. So we always start with 1. 1 times what equals 30? Well, how do you check that? You do 30 divided by 1. 30 divided by 1 is 30. So 1 times 30 is 30. Now, do I need to do -1? What you have to do is you have to check here. Do I have a negative here? No. So no negatives. We're going to do positives. After 1 is 2. 2 times what equals 30? Well, 30 divided by 2. 30 divided by 2 is 15. So 2 times 15 is 30. After 2 is 3. 3 times what equals 30? You have to do 30 divided by 3, and you get 10. Next is 4. Let's do 30 divided by 4. Okay, that's a decimal, so it doesn't work. After 4 is 5. 30 divided by 5. So I have 5 times 6 equals 30. After 5 is 6, but I already have a 6, so I don't need to do it again. I can stop right here. Step 3. You are going to add or plus for B. And what number is B? B is 13. So what you are going to do, so I'm going to add all of these and see which one gives me 13. 1 plus 30 equals 31. That's not 13. 2 plus 15 equals 17. Is that 13? No. 3 plus 10 equals 13. That works out. So my numbers that I want to use are 3 plus 10. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the parentheses. I'm going to put parenthesis. Here I have the letter X, so I'm going to put X here and X here. This is a positive 3. This is a positive 10. The next step is you need to divide by A. A is 6. You can divide both by A, just so we remember. Then you put parentheses, put the X. In your calculator, you need to put 3 divided by 6. 3 divided by 6, 0.5. Let's change it to a fraction. Math 1, enter. You get 1/2. Positive 1/2. Now you have to do 10 divided by 6. 10 divided by 6, change to a fraction. You get math 1, enter, and I get 5/3 positive. So positive 5/3. Now my last step is you need to look at the denominator, or the number that is down, and we are going to move it in front of the letter, or in front of x. So we're going to do parenthesis 2x positive 1 plus 1, and then here 3x positive or plus 5. So this is my final answer. So I got 2x plus 1, 3x plus 5. So that looks like it's C. Now another way to do this question is you can do the arrows, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's start with A. So A, I have 2x plus 5 times 3x minus 1, and what you do is you do the arrows. So I'm going to do 2x times 3x. 2 times 3 is 6x squared, because I have two x's. 2x times negative 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2x. 5 times 3 is positive 15x. And then 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. Now you have to do the like terms together. This is x no exponent, x no exponent. Copy 6x squared. Negative 2 plus 15 in the calculator is positive 13x. Copy down minus 5. Is this the same like this? No, because the sign here is a minus, but it needs to be a plus. Let's try B. Okay, B, 2x minus 5 times 3x plus 1. We're going to do 2x times 3x. 2 times 3 is 6x squared, because there's two x's. 2 times 1 is positive 2x. Negative 5 times 3 is negative 15x. Negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Now the like terms, the two x's with no exponent. Copy 6x squared. 2 minus 15 is negative 13x. Copy minus 5. Is this the same like that first question? Let's see. No, because here it's negative. These are both negative. It needs to be positive. Okay, let's do C. Let me go ahead and copy that one down. C, it's 2x plus 1 times 3x plus 5. We know this one's the answer. Let's just check it and make sure. We're going to do 2x times 3x. That's 6x squared. 2x times 5 is positive 10x. 1 times 3 is positive 3x. 1 times 5 is positive 5. Okay, we're going to do the like terms in the middle. So copy down 6x squared. 10 plus 3 is 13, positive 13x. Copy down plus 5. Is this the same like this one? Yes, so I'm 100% sure that C is my answer. Okay, moving on. Number 18. Okay, this one's going to be a long one. A bus travels two different routes, the green route and the blue route. The routes are different lengths. On Monday, the bus traveled the green route 6 times and the blue route 5 times, traveling a total of 52 miles. So green 6 times, blue 5 times, total 52 miles. On Tuesday, the bus traveled the green route 12 times, so green route 12, and the blue route 13 times, traveling a total of 119 miles. And keep in mind these have and in the middle. So that means plus. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this on a separate sheet of paper. Oh, and the question is, what is the length of the green route? So we need to figure out what is the length of the green one. Okay, first up, let's do green is X and blue is Y. Okay, so green, I have 6X, and which is plus 5 blue, which is Y, and that equals the total of 52. And my other one, I have the green is 12. Remember, green is X, so 12X, and which is plus blue, which is Y, 13, so 13Y, and that equals the total 119. Now I'm going to go ahead and solve them. I need to solve for Y. I need the Y alone. Going to move the X first, so minus 6X, because it's positive, the opposite is negative. Copy to the other side. 6 minus 6 is 0, it cancels. Copy down 5Y equals. These need to be copied because they are not like terms. And we are going to divide by 5. Divide all of it by 5. 5 divided by 5 cancels, it's a 1, so I'm going to write Y equals 52 divided by 5. Let's put that in the calculator. It's the same. And negative 6 divided by 5, the same. And we are going to switch. So Y equals, we're going to switch. That's a negative 6 divided by 5, X, and that's a positive 52 divided by 5. Now the second one, we're going to move the X. This is positive, the opposite is negative, so minus 12X, minus 12X. 12 minus 12 is 0, it cancels. Copy down 13Y equals. These are not like terms, so we are going to copy. And then we are going to divide by 13. So this cancels. Copy down Y equals 119 divided by 13. Probably the same thing. Yep, the same thing. And negative 12 divided by 13 is the same in the calculator, and we are going to switch. So Y equals, it's negative 12 divided by 13X, and that's a positive 119 divided by 13. Now we are going to put them in the calculator and see where they intersect. So let's go ahead and put the first one. So Y equals, put parenthesis negative 6 divided by 5, parenthesis X, plus parenthesis 52 divided by 5, parenthesis. Go down. Next one, parenthesis negative 12 divided by 13, parenthesis X, plus parenthesis 119 divided by 13, parenthesis. Go to the graph. Okay, looks like my answer is going to be right here where they touch. Right here where they touch. So how to find that is you need to push second, calc, the number 5, enter, enter, enter. So my answers are 4.5 and 5. Okay, so this is X and this is Y. And do you remember here I said X is green and blue is Y? So X is green and blue is Y. So they said, what is the length of the green? So this is green, 4.5. So the answer is G, 4.5. Okay, so make sure you copy this if you need to. Okay, number 19 I'm going to skip. Number 20. The expression x cubed times x to the negative 17 power is equivalent to x of n. What is the value of n? So I have x cubed times x to the negative 17 power. Now let me talk to you about something. There's two different types of multiplication rules. There's this one, the one that we just saw, and there's this one that's a little different. If you see two bases and each one has an exponent and there's like in parentheses, you are going to add. So you're going to put x and you're going to do plus 3 plus negative 17. So 3 plus negative 17, let me go ahead and zoom in on that so you can see. 3 plus negative 17 is negative 14. And we'll continue with that in a second. And then for this one, if you see an exponent, parenthesis exponent, you are going to multiply. You have to do 3 times negative 17. And that would make it 3 times negative 17, negative 51. Okay, so if you see something like this, it's a plus. If you see something like this, it's a multiply. Now here, this one looks like the first one, so we are adding. So 3 plus negative 17 is negative 14. So they were asking what is the value of n. If we had something like this, they want to know what is n. Well, the n is negative 14. So your answer is negative 14. Number 21, and I'll zoom out here. The population of Center City is modeled by exponential function f, where x is the number of years after the year 2015. The graph of f is shown on the grid. Which inequality best represents the range of f in this situation? So we're talking about range. And let me just remind you that range is y. Now this looks like a parabola. This is half of a parabola. Okay, so keep in mind that's how that is. And remember, the most important point for a parabola is the vertex or the middle point. So let's go ahead and write the vertex of this down. So that looks like it's at 250,000, but on the y. So y is 250,000, and it's touching the line, so the x has to be 0. Now, if you look at the arrows are going up. Up means bigger or more. More is greater than with a line. And now we need the number for y. The number for y is 250,000. So this one's the answer. So it looks like that would be B. Y is greater than or equal to 250,000. I'm going to skip number 22. Let's go to number 23. What is the equation in slope-intercept form of the line that passes through the points negative 447 and 2, negative 16? Okay, so I'm going to show you two ways. The first way is the harder way, and then the second way will be the easier way. So I have 2 points. I have negative 447 and 2, negative 16. Okay, the first thing I need to do is I need to find the slope and then the y-intercept and then put it in the equation. Okay, so x1, y1, x2, y2, equals, the formula is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. y2 is negative 16 minus y1 is 47 divided by x2 is 2 minus x1 is negative 4. Let's put what is on top in the calculator, so put what is up in the calculator. So negative 16 minus 47 is negative 63, and we are going to divide by what is down. 2 minus negative 4, that's 6. We're going to put this in the calculator. Negative 63 divided by 6, change to a fraction. That's negative 21 divided by 2. That's your slope. Next, we need to find the y-intercept B. Now I know m is negative 21 divided by 2. And I need my x and y. I'm going to pick one point. I'm going to pick this one because it's a little smaller. So x is 2 and y is negative 16. I'm going to use my slope-intercept formula. Y is negative 16 equals m is negative 21 divided by 2. X is 2. Let's put that in parentheses. Copy plus b. Copy negative 16 equals, put this in the calculator, negative 21 divided by 2. So parenthesis, negative 21 divided by 2 times 2, negative 21. Copy plus b. Now I want b alone. What is with b? Negative 21. The opposite of negative is plus. So plus 21, plus 21. This is 0. It cancels. Copy down b equals negative 16 plus 21. That's 5. And we are going to switch. So b equals 5. Now the last step is we are going to put it in the equation. Y equals mx plus b. M needs to be a number, so negative 21 divided by 2, x, and this is a positive 5. So here is my final answer. Let's see where I see this. Well, it looks like it is C. Now, how can you check this? Well, first you're going to push y equals, clear everything. We're going to put the one that we thought was correct in the calculator. I'm going to put parenthesis negative 21 divided by 2 parenthesis x plus 5. And I'm going to change it. I'm going to go to the table, second graph, and I'm going to go to negative 4 and see if it's with 47. Yes, it is. That looks good. And then check 2, negative 16. Yes, that looks good. Okay, so that's my answer. Looks like C is my answer. Okay, number 24. I'm going to use two different colors for this. I'm going to use red and black. Okay. The graph of f of x equals x squared is transformed to create the graph of h of x equals 2f of x. Which graph best represents f and h? Okay, so before we even look at these graphs, let's go ahead and graph it here. So my first one is f of x equals x squared. So what I'm going to do is push y equals, clear it, and I'm going to put x squared in the calculator. And I'm going to go to the table, and I'm going to pick 2 points, but I need to find the vertex first. And looks like the vertex is at 0 because, as you can see, there's 1 before and 1 after. So I'm going to put 0, 0. I'll put this right here. Actually, I'll put it right here. I'm going to put 0, 0. And my other point is negative 1, 1. And 1, 1. And I'll put another point, 2, 4. And negative 2, 4. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and make that like a U here. And I'm going to put the name of it. This one is f of x in red. Okay, now I need the h of x. So push y equals clear. we're going to put 2f of x. Now, how do you put that in the calculator? Well, if you have h of x equals 2, they said f of x. Well, look over here. What is f of x? It's x squared. So that means it's 2x squared. So I'm going to put in the calculator 2x squared. 2x squared. Go to the table, and we need to find the vertex. The vertex is at 0, 0. As you can see, there's a 2 up and a 2 down. So I'm going to put the point 0, 0. And I'm going to put 1, 2, and negative 1, 2. And I'm going to make it a little u here. And I'm going to put the name. This is g of x. So it looks like the g is inside of the f, as you can see here. Okay, so let's go ahead and see which one gives me something like this. So does that look the same? No, because this should be touching the 0. Is this the same? No, because it's moved to the left instead of being inside. Okay, now here these kind of look similar. Now I want you to remember, oh, that's not G. Oh my goodness, that's not G, that's an H. That was my mistake. So the H is inside and the F is outside. So this one is the one with the H inside and the F outside. So J is the answer.